Again, launches one long for Diggs.
What's up, sports heads? Stefon Diggs has finally been traded. As you see in the caption, Buffalo only got a second-round pick for next year. They was so ready to get this guy out the building that they took the biggest wide receiver dead cap hit in NFL history. The one thing about Stefon Diggs is that he
follow the pimp manual, step by goddamn step, line by motherfucking line.
Stefon Diggs is the true winner of this situation. He gets to be in the same state as his brother. He's not in cold-ass Buffalo, New York. He gets to be in Houston, you know. There's a lot more to do in Houston than New York, or Buffalo, New York. Ask James Harden. Stephen A. Smith said some real shit. But before we get into that, let me give you the intro. Stephen A. felt like the pressure is on Diggs to not mess it up, and I totally agree. Here's what he said, courtesy of ESPN.
I think it's important to point out, you can't mess this up, Stefon. Can't do it. You got traded out of Minnesota. You got traded out of Buffalo. When we look at you and we see your greatness, but we see that you have been moved not once but twice, and we've heard the storylines associated with you, you can't go to Houston now and be a malcontent. This is the kind of stuff that needs to be said on a platform like this. You've got Nico Collins, you got Tank Dell, you got Schultz, you got Mix in there now coming from Cincinnati. We know what he's capable of doing. They're considered a great young franchise, head coach, quarterback. You have the cornerstones in place. By the way, offensive and defensive rookies of the year. I mean, Will Anderson, this brother can ball, coming out of Alabama. We saw what he did on the defensive side of the ball. You saw what they did in the first playoff game against the Cleveland Browns. We saw what they did throughout the season, winning some of the games that they won during the regular season. You cannot roll up in there, and because the targets are not enough, the touchdown catches are not enough, others are being looked at, they're getting the ball distributed to them. You can't be that guy. I'm not saying Stefon Diggs is. I'm saying that's your reputation, bro. Somewhere along the way, this is how it goes. And now that you're in Houston, with this team on the rise, with the potential there, any problems that happen, folks going to look and say what he had to do with it.
For a guy that's had the second most targets since 2019, the year he went to Buffalo, he was still disgruntled. In my opinion, I think he feels like he made Josh Allen, as you see in that tweet that he put up about, are you sure, y'all seen that shit. But if you really think about it, Josh Allen didn't really take his jump until Stefon Diggs got there, so you can kind of see how he feels like that in the back of his mind, because let's be honest, Josh Allen has been a little bit overrated ever since he almost beat Patrick Mahomes in the AFC Championship game a few years ago. When I say overrated, I mean by a media standpoint. Everyone is so enamored by the fact that he ran out of time. They even changed the overtime rules. But it can't be a rivalry when you lose every game. But Stephen A. is right. Stefon Diggs came to a well-oiled machine in the Houston Texans. You got to remember, they were a laughingstock a few years ago. Shout out to Lovie Smith. Don't forget.
Lovie Smith's Texans winning. And the Chicago Bears have just, as improbable as it may have been at the beginning of the day, the Bears have just clinched the #1 pick in the upcoming NFL draft.
So the next year, I think, is crucial for the rest of his career, because if he ruins the rookie in a lot of people's eyes, or he be on some disgruntled shit, or he on some shit like that, they ain't gonna look at C.J. Stroud. They're gonna be looking at him. So do you think he gonna fuck it up? Leave it in the comments. And if you want some more barbershop style content, check out some of my other videos. That's all I got for today, sports heads. Be safe.